Hey guys, and welcome to a new tutorial series I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks and months, and this is going to be the 3v3 kickoff edition of me drawing on my desktop background, which is conveniently a football field. And yeah, I'm not going to be providing the highest quality of production. I'm sure you're all going to be very disappointed, as I know you're all expecting that from my videos. But yeah, bear with me. I'm going to be hopefully able to at least draw well enough to explain my rambling thoughts about various things related to Rocket League kickoffs. And as you can see, you should probably be able to tell what is what already before I even explain it to you, but I'll explain it anyway. Cars are the rectangles, arrows are the way that the cars are facing or driving, and the ball is the yellow circle in the middle of the field. And if we want to, indicate movement of the ball, I'll be using a yellow arrow for that. So that's what we're looking at here. Yeah, hopefully that should be fairly intuitive. What I'm going to do this video is give you guys who don't know any kickoff strategies. I'm going to give you 5 kickoff strategies that you can try with your teams, your pre-mates, your friends. Some of them will work in ranked. Some of them you might want to be very careful about using in ranked, but they're all very, very solid strategies. I'll tell you when you might want to use them and how to support them, because there's more to a Rocket League kickoff than the actual kickoff itself. It's how you follow up and where you choose to position yourself that really makes the strategy work or makes it crumble. So the number one strategy that I'm going to talk to you guys about is the winning the kickoff strategy, and I've already made a tutorial over a year ago on how to win kickoffs in Rocket League, so go watch that if you want to know the how-to about this. But that's obviously a 1v1 thing predominantly, but it does work in 3v3 as well. It has its place in 3s. If you have a player who is exceptional at 1v1 kickoffs, then this is a good idea to just have him go and try and win the kickoff. Let's say, our 1v1 player spawned on the side. Let's have him go win a kickoff, see if he can get the ball to bounce into the opposition's half quickly early on. And how are we going to support that? We're going to cheat with one of our players. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one who spawns here, because of course the supporting players spawn in pretty random locations. They can spawn like this, or the second player could spawn on this side, or they could both spawn beside each other. So who you choose to send doesn't really matter. This player can also make it in plenty time if you want to use him for cheating if he's better at dribbling. But yeah, if you want to support a kickoff win, where one player just trying to win the kickoff and get the ball into the other team's half of the field, whether it be off the wall or into the ceiling, into the air, yeah, definitely cheat to support him, just to get the earliest possible pressure. And then the third man, who's not cheating and not on the kickoff, just needs to make sure not to boost starve whichever side of the field the kickoff man is going to land on. And if he is a good 1v1 kickoff player, he'll be able to tell you which side he's going to land on before he even does it. Like in this iteration, if he's on the left side of the ball before the impact, he's probably dodging to the right, so he's probably going to land on this side of the field. And in that case, you don't want to take this back corner boost as the goalkeeper, as the supporting player, because in some cases this player who did the kickoff might need to go back and get it, such as when the other team have somebody cheat up to the side boost while their other player does a kickoff. Like that would be really bad if the other team take this side boost and your goalkeeper takes this corner boost. Suddenly our per kickoff man here has no big boost to go for. So the only job that you have as the supporting player in this strategy is not to take the back corner boost on the side of the field which your kickoff man lands on. Sometimes you have to wait and see which side he's going to land on if he's not sure. But yeah, just certainly driving in a circle to pick up small boost pads and get ready to defend the goal is, in my opinion, much smarter than just autopiloting straight into the corner and then turning around down the line and seeing that the ball has already gone into your net before you can get back. So that's what we want to do as the third man. But yeah, that's the winning kickoff strategy. We're going to talk about the losing kickoff strategy as well, and that's pretty much the exact opposite of the winning kickoff strategy. Winning kickoff, we want to hit the ball as dead center and as hard as possible. The losing kickoff strategy, we just want to get a glancing below, and it's usually going to be on the inside of the ball. And the reason for that is that if we imagine our player here glancing the ball on this side, the ball's going to roll this way just ever so slightly, and then hopefully, if everything goes to plan, the other team's player is going to come barreling through from this direction and send the ball into this back corner. So how do we follow up on this? Well, the first thing that we want to do is get somebody ready behind the player who just did the kickoff, because he's going to be trying to lose the ball or lose the kickoff territorially into that same corner, but thus winning possession. So this player can grab the boost, or this player can grab the boost, whichever one. Usually it's easier to send the closer player, but you don't need to do it like that. There is plenty of time for this player to get across there if he wants to, really wants to be next in on the play. But yeah, most of the time you send the goalie over to this corner, and this other supporting player will just do a loop back around, get ready to defend the goal if he has to, just conserve boost on this side of the field, because this is where our supporting player is going to be landing, somewhere around here. And like I said, getting this side boost is not guaranteed if the other team are playing shenanigans. So you want to leave that back corner boost for him. Just do a little circle, and you can already see that this rotation is starting to look pretty good. We got one player rotating back, we got one player ready to follow up or ready to defend the goal, we got one player making a play on the ball, if everything has gone to plan and the ball has indeed rolled into this corner. What to do after that, I'm not going to go into much detail in this video, because there's so many things to talk about just on the topic of kickoffs alone. And I don't want to blend this into a passing tutorial. This is about just what to do on the kickoff and how to follow up. Beyond that, we're going to have to wait until later videos about rotation and passing before I can really explain in more detail about how to really start understanding how to play Rocket League at a higher level. But that's the losing kickoff strategy. Very, very good strategy. Certainly one to learn. And don't let your ego, don't let your pride get the better of you. Although it is called the losing the kickoff to the back corner, you're absolutely winning possession for your team by doing so. So don't be put off at all. Just get that glancing below, get that boost at the side ideally. If not, rotate back and grab this boost. Hopefully your team's left it for you and your teammates can follow up on the corner and make a play while you're recovering. So that's the win kickoff, that's the lose kickoff. Another kickoff that we're going to talk about is the dead ball kickoff, and I would say you want to do this one especially if you are trailing. This is an excellent kickoff to do if your team is losing, because it's a very high risk, high reward kickoff. So dead ball kickoff, similar to the winning kickoff, we're going to make a very direct impact on the ball. But instead of winning kickoff, where you're trying to get the first touch and start manipulating the ball into the enemy team's half, you really want to get the second touch. You want to let the other player hit the ball first, and if he's coming from this angle, you want to just arrive a little bit later from the opposite angle and flip into it in such a way that you're going to neutralize the ball. Maybe dodge early enough that the roof of your car hits the ball, because that's a larger surface area. The ball's less likely to pass by you or go away from you. And then, of course, we want a close cheat to come in and follow up and hopefully take control of the ball and be able to set up a shot or a dribble before the other team can react. And once again, if you're the third man in this position, or if you're the player at the back, it doesn't necessarily have to be the third man. This player, like I said before, he can be the cheater if you want him to be. But the third player who's not doing anything, immediately do not take the back corner boost on the side of the pitch that your kickoff man is going to land on. And since this is a reactionary kickoff, you don't know which side that's going to be until after the kickoff happens, or until immediately before the kickoff where it becomes apparent. So absolutely avoid autopiloting towards one of the corner boosts at all costs. It's much better to do a little loop around, get the small pads to stay in goal, and then should it become apparent, oh, my teammate on the kickoff has landed up here, now I can continue driving, grab this boost as our other player makes a play on the ball, and I'm ready now to follow up down the line. It'll be a recurring theme here. I don't know if you noticed already, but pretty much if you're the third man, the supporting man in any kickoff strategy, don't boost starve the side of the field that your kickoff man lands on. That is like the #1 thing to do in Rocket League kickoffs, in my opinion. But let's talk about a bit of a fun one now. So this is the fake kickoff. This is the fourth kickoff strategy I'm going to go over with you guys very quickly, and you should all be fairly familiar with the strategy. But there's a few tricks that you can do to increase its potency sevenfold. So this is first of all, how to do it is you just send one person to the kickoff, and the last second he's going to fade away. Make sure to miss the ball. Don't let the other player hit the ball into you just as you're driving away. But last second, fade away and go for this side boost, and make sure to turn this way. There's no point in turning this way, or else you're going to make it very difficult for your teammate who's hopefully going to pass the ball in your direction to do so. So you want to snake like this, grab this boost and then turn down the line. And the cheating player is also going to fade away and do a similar thing on the other side of the field. So now you have two players with full boost on either side of the field, and the other team have hopefully, if they've fallen for this, barreled straight through the ball and sent the ball directly at your goalkeeper, who he can actually play a trick as well. He can drive in a circle, pretending that he's going to go for a corner boost, but actually he's just literally driving in a circle just so he can come back into the same location and meet the ball when it arrives. That's just a little thing that you can do to make it more likely that the other team don't see the fake kickoff coming. And then after this, he has two options to choose from. He can fire the ball this way, he can fire the ball this way. And sometimes that choice is made for him if the other team do a kickoff that already has some angle on it. It's much easier for our goalkeeper to come and hit the ball into this side of the field, which is why it's important to give him two options. It might go this way. In that case, he wants to hit it to the right. And he's got two options to choose from, who can then, continue passing to each other. The play doesn't stop there. It's only just begun. But yeah, that's the fake kickoff. Definitely a really fun one. I'd highly encourage you to do that one with your friends. It could be very satisfying when you get a great passing play goal going right after starting the fake kickoff. The last kickoff that I'm going to talk about, though, is the fast kickoff. And the fake kickoff is actually the only kickoff that I really wanted to look at in the close spawn. The close spawn like that, although most of these kickoffs do work in the close spawn. Actually, I think, yeah, they all work. The win, the lose, the dead ball, yeah, they all work in the close spawn. It's just the fake kickoff that's really only going to work in the close spawn with any sort of reliable results. But yeah, the last kickoff I wanted to talk about is the fast kickoff, and that is something that I've made a video on, so I'm not going to tell you the how-to because I've already made a video called, I think it's something like how to do the fast kickoff, or how and when to do the fast kickoff, something like that. It's on my channel. I don't know. I'll probably link the description in the bio if I remember to. But yeah, I'm still surprised at how many direct goals I get down the middle using my own fast kickoff variation, because the other team have such a slow kickoff man and grab both boosts at the start, leaving an opening for me to just score direct. Still happens. Actually, yeah, 2018 still happens today. I played some Rocket League and this occurred. It blows my mind, but it does actually still happen. But since I've already done a video on that one, I won't talk too much about that straight down the middle variation. You might be, if you're watching a lot of Jazer videos, be familiar with the kickoff where Jazer, instead of landing goal side of the ball and trying to hit it straight down the center, lands side on and hits it straight sideways, and then of course he'll be recovering, grabbing the boost, and maybe starting an air dribble, a ceiling shot, or something, some other silly thing like that. But what we want to do if we're going for a fast kickoff strategy to the side in 3v3 is, yeah, the player here is going to go for a fast kickoff, diagonal dodge, make impact to the ball here. Ball's going to roll sideways, and oops, I don't know why I deleted that. Ball's going to roll sideways, and instead of cheating down the middle like is most common, we're going to send one player to cheat out to the side, and hopefully he can take the ball and the side boost here, and then continue making a play on the goal, whether it be a dribble on the goalkeeper, or a flick into the crossbar, or a bounce dribble into a ground shot. There's lots of options are available, and that can be super potent if the other team have gone for a slow enough kickoff that our fast kickoff gets past him, and if they've also cheated and gone for the boost on this side, look at how much space that suddenly opens up, because the other team's cars would, once if we just take away all the lines and rectangles and show exactly where the cars would be, we would have one enemy car here, another one here, and another one here. That is a lot of space on the top side if we can get the fast kickoff up here and cheat into that same side. Again, I'll say it again, even though I've said it in every other kickoff that I've talked about. The last player, don't boost starve the side of the field that your fast kickoff man's going to land on. Where is he going to land? Well, he's hit the ball on this side, but his momentum is actually carrying him through to the right. So after he hits the ball this way, he's likely going to end up on this side of the field, because that's where his momentum is taking him. So we want to leave this boost. So if you must take a back boost, make it this one, because that's the one that's least likely to be needed by a teammate. Yeah, that's the very basic 5 kickoff strategies, or that's 5 kickoff strategies you can use with your teammates. You can use those in ranked, although stuff like the fake kickoff, I would highly recommend warning your team before doing a fake kickoff strategy. Some of these will be foiled just by various spawns, like I only showed these examples using the single diagonal spawn. Of course, it's going to get a little bit more confusing when you bring the double diagonal spawn into the equation. Oh, we've got 4 orange team players on the field. Once we bring the double diagonal into the equation, it's more or less the same. If you know which opposition player is going to do the kickoff, then you can still go for a lot of similar strategies, because it's going to look exactly the same if you're just going for even though this spawns your double diagonal, the kickoff is going to look exactly the same as the single diagonal spawn. It's only when the players on the same side of the field start going for the ball that you have to be a little bit careful not to get completely abused by oppositions going for like a fast kickoff. If your kickoff man gets beaten here and they send the ball straight sideways, and then they're the ones who are cheating forward here, that can be a lot of trouble. So just keep an eye out for that. Don't get abused just because you're getting beaten to the ball. But in the same note, be sure to use that to your advantage as well. If you know, like I said, if you know which player is going to go for the ball, and we've got a fast kickoff player over here, bam, let's just hit the ball on this side, get it moving up towards this side of the field, and let's get that cheat started so we can make a quick early play on the ball. Of course, it's not always going to pan out the way you expect. The other team have got a plan as well. They might know what you're planning. They might know you're trying a fast kickoff and send their kickoff man like on a more intercepting route, and suddenly, instead of the ball going straight sideways, it's going to ping off this wall, and 2 of your players are at the game. So it's really important that your third is ready to loop back in and stop the shenanigans from going really down the drain. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. I think I've gotten all the points across. Those are the 5 kickoff strategies again, just to summarize: the win, the lose, the dead ball, the fake, and the fast kickoff. So if you're one of those people who goes into 3v3 and you don't really have a plan, just give some of these a go. And it's of course the main things are how you're hitting the ball, how your teammates are following up on what hit you're trying to do, and how your third man is trying to facilitate your team while also preventing the other team from, really shutting down your strategy, like with a dunk or a block or a fast kickoff or a cheat kickoff of their own. So definitely, if you have any questions about this, be sure to leave them in the comments. I'm no doubt going to be making another video in this style, talking a bit more about Rocket League strategy. I just thought I'd start off with kickoffs since they're the only set piece in the game, and they are of course how every game begins, so it seemed like a pretty intuitive place to start. But any other topics you want me to talk about or break down for you guys in more detail, help you understand. If you don't think I went into enough detail with this video and you'd like me to talk for longer, then let me know, because I absolutely can. This is, I think, my 5th take, and all the other 4 took about 45 minutes. So I'm actually really happy that I've managed to keep this one this short, although I know all of you are probably thinking this is a really long video. But yeah, feedback much appreciated on this one, guys. I really want to make this series work, because I've been wanting to put out tutorial videos for a long time, and I just didn't quite have an idea or a way in my head of how to do it that was quite satisfying to me. But this, I think, it certainly lets me get my thoughts across much more efficiently and in a lot more understandable manner than, let's say, if I'm just driving around in the game and trying to explain things to you guys in your own heads. At least this way we have an illustration. So just another big thank you to you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. And like I said, I'll probably have another one of these videos out pretty soon. Not sure how soon. Not 100% sure what the topic will be yet, although I do have a lot of ideas. But until then, enjoy the 1v1 casts. Enjoy this, no doubt, other silly content I'll be putting out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.